school right now, and this is the 7th day that I'm there, and we will be learning a lot.
I see the tree.
Hey, just look at the picture. Put on your binoculars. Look at the picture. Look right here. My name is Ms Campbell.
I am Anselma Meteo.
And we are in
Grosseday St. Lucia.
Yeah, and what school are we at?
Grosseday Primary School.
All right, so we are here because I came for a total of 8 school days. Before I begin and talk about what we did during these days that I was here, can you tell us your experience in teaching?
Well, I have been teaching for 32 years, mostly in St. Lucia. I've been to Teachers College and done online courses. I've taught, when I first started teaching, I taught kindergarten. And since then, I have not taught kindergarten. I've taught grades 3 to 6.
Okay, so how many years have you spent teaching kindergarten?
Only 3 years.
3 years, okay.
Yes.
So we're in a kindergarten classroom now. So prior to you teaching kindergarten this year, when did you last teach kindergarten?
30 years ago.
30 years ago? Okay. So how do you find it different and the same? Or do you find it different and the same?
Very different. Because when I first started teaching kindergarten, it's like you had to do everything for them. Everything. And in that way, it's the same here but the children are now more savvy.
More savvy, yeah.
Savvy. They're more independent and they more want to do things on their own. So you just more or less have to be coordinator.
Right.
Instead of actually helping them to do things. They're eager to do things on their own. So that's the vast difference. And they're quicker.
Okay.
With this technological age now, children are more into the internet and into games and so on. Whereas back then, we had to depend on it wasn't even a whiteboard, it was a little blackboard with chalk, lots of chalk. Very ancient.
Yeah.
Very ancient. So that's a big difference. And
Okay.
that is where I started following you. I joined Instagram, and here I'm going through the daily posts, and I'm seeing you in a lesson teaching your class, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I need to get this. And I started following you and learning every day a little bit. So whatever you did that day, I would jot it down in a notebook and then come and try and do it with my classroom. This is where I got the idea of the children sitting on the mats.
Okay.
I got it from you in one of your posts. And so I went out and bought the mats, and this time I started having them to sit on the mat. So I kept following you until I reached out to you and I said, hey, kindergarten, I am swamped. I don't really know. I need an upgrade because of so many things that happen in there, so many resources which we don't know how to use.
Right.
And which we cannot access here. To do so, we would have to either order it in, which is very expensive. We're a very small school.
Yeah.
And so this is where you reached out to me, which was unbelievable because I couldn't think. I said, remember I said to you, but I'm all the way in the Caribbean. And you said, that's okay, that's okay. I can come for a couple of days to help you out. And this has been an amazing out of this world experience. And not only for me, but for the principal, and if you realize all the other teachers who came around. And now nobody wants you to leave.
Aww.
Everybody wants to come back to get Mel to share her expertise, because I think I mentioned to you as well that it would be great if you could open your own teachers' college.
Yeah, you did mention that.
As to coordinate, show teachers how to actually go about teaching in this modern society, modern day age, because it's a lot.
Right.
And it's what really my principal said to me this afternoon, what really blew her away, is that you've been here and you never touched a stick of chalk. She cannot get over the fact that you never used a stick of chalk.
When you reached out to me, you told me that you were trying to create resources that you saw in my classroom.
Yes.
And I thought that was phenomenal. I saw that you were making posters that looked like the ones that I had.
Yes.
And so I realized that people don't have access to all of these learning materials. So I thought it would be a fantastic idea for me to bring you some materials for kindergarten, because as you were saying, in kindergarten nowadays, students are trying to be more independent, and they can be independent. And if you provide them with the manipulatives they need to learn, then it makes them excited to learn, and it makes them want to learn.